Last question for you. If you got the basics right, what in your experiences makes for a successful direct-to-consumer campaign?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think the book is still being written on that question in a way. Like, as I say, when you think about how book marketing works, like, I mean, historically, most book marketing, I think about trade publishing in particular, has been concerned with not so much with direct to consumer efforts, but with more like a business to business kind of marketing effort, right? You're selling your books into bookstores, you're pitching your books to media for review coverage. That's been where a lot of the marketing effort in book publishing has been historically. Through social media, through more efficient use of email channels, publishers are making more space, certainly, for direct-to-consumer marketing than has been the case in the past. And I think it's fair to say that we are very much at a phase in the industry, in the progress of the industry, where we're all learning a lot from each other about how to do that type of book sales and marketing activity. But I think we have learned some things for sure about to this point about how to do this effectively. And the first thing I would highlight is the importance of having a sales effort, a direct-to-consumer sales effort that is relevant to your publishing program and to the audiences that you're trying to reach. And everybody will have a slightly different answer to that question in that respect. This is true of any kind of book marketing, is that, the best strategies have relevance to the nature of your publishing program and the types of audiences that you're trying to engage with. And this is true for direct sales as well. One of our clients, for example, publishes entirely drama. They have a fantastic catalog of drama titles. And they're mainly concerned with selling into university and college theater programs, community theater groups, trade channels, of course, but they have a heavy emphasis on some of those specialized channels. And so we've engineered their site so that it can support very nicely the creation of course packs, course bundles, which can then in turn be sold on to departments or individual students at those institutions. And that's been just a fantastic thing to watch it take shape. It's really opened up a whole new arena for them in terms of how they can present their catalog and package it for those really important audiences. So relevance, and the answer in terms of what's relevant and what isn't, really most often comes from the nature of the publishing program itself. I mentioned social and email earlier. I mean, I think that's another key. Most publishers have certainly put more and more emphasis on those channels the last number of years. And there's some ready reach, some ready audience reach built in there. If you have a sales offer or a fun promotion that you're running as a publishing house, you can get the word out nicely through those channels. And really amplify that message with, those are free to use channels, free or very cheap promotion, obviously, in those spaces. And most of the success stories that we've seen this year have been heavily driven by social and email promotion that really put that offer in front of readers in a way that it could in turn be readily shared out across social networks and so on. So certainly social and email, huge. For most types of publishers, event promotions, still a huge thing. And that's obviously a big challenge this year. Here we are today in a virtual digital book world. All events are moving online. I think about some of our scholarly clients in particular, scholarly press clients, that for whom academic conferences, major academic congress or conferences concerned with individual scholarly disciplines are hugely important to their sales and marketing effort through the year, both for sales at those events and for course adoptions. And so leveraging that event promotion in your direct channel sales effort, really, really huge. Special coupon codes for event attendees so that they can trigger different sales offers on your site. You can extend the kind of sales promotion that you would do at that event beyond the immediate audience of the event and take it out a little bit more widely just by blowing it out on your website in that way. So leveraging event promotions and through a compelling sales offer on the site is a really a great way to get some more value out of events, whether they're in person or whether they're online. And I think otherwise, the other thing that we're noticing is that publishers are very adept at switching up offers and keeping it fresh, always having something new to offer to readers. And I think that's another huge factor. I was talking to one press the other day who had sort of mapped out their campaign strategy for the, a 14 to 16 week window. And every couple of weeks, they would switch it up. They'd focus on a different category or a different aspect of their list, or they'd create a different offer, but it was all laid out in advance and they could see it coming. And they were in this tight, week, 2 week cycle where they always had something fresh to offer to readers. And this comes back to what I was saying earlier about, if you're going to run a program like this, make it easy for your team to run it, and that was a clear-cut case where the publishing team in that case, had a really clear vision for what they wanted to accomplish. They had it all mapped out, and it was easy for them to roll these promotions in one after the other. And for the readers that they were reaching, it was really nice. It was a really, they were always seeing something new. They were always seeing something, that could attract their attention, that they could engage with. And the results speak for themselves. I mean, these sales promotions, time and time again, exceed our expectations. And I think, you're offering value to readers. You're engaging with them directly. You're getting into a situation where you more own that reader relationship. And the rewards in terms of the sales volume and what it means to the long-term prospects for the publishing program really speak for themselves.
Greg, we appreciate you being part of Digital Book World with us. Y'all have built such a nice and interesting business with ReaderBound. It's a pleasure to have you be part of DBW Global. Thank you for taking the time.
Hey, thanks a lot, Bradley. Wouldn't miss it.